Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 1-2 TV. Welcome to Eric, welcome to Saddam, welcome to Nayim after an eventful weekend.
For all of us, actually.
Yes?
Yeah. Eventful.
So, I just want to remind guys tonight, we're going to be doing something a bit different. We have a news bulletin that I, your news anchor, will read. Good evening and welcome to the 1-2 TV bulletin. Here are tonight's top stories. We start in West London, where Stamford Bridge was officially declared a disaster zone. Brighton recorded a comfortable 3-1 victory over Chelsea, leaving their fans in disarray. Despite spending billions, Chelsea supporters remain confident that one more signing will fix the problem. With only one centre-back available for Liverpool's visit this weekend, rumours suggest fans believe if they spin the Club World Cup trophy 3 times and make a wish, they'll be granted a new defender out of thin air for £25 million and an 8-year contract. Experts, however, are still debating which position needs replacing first: the goalkeeper, the defenders, the midfielders, or maybe the entire fan base itself. Meanwhile, in Brentford, Manchester United's defence has been reported missing. Local residents claim they last saw them wandering around the G-Tech Community Stadium around the 30th minute. Saddam, known for his trademark jinxes, has once again been named the prime suspect. Sources say he cursed Manchester United while curling 45-kilo dumbbells, and on his final exhausting rep, whispered in his tiny voice, "I can smell a 3-1 win." Technically, he was right. Investigators also revealed they spotted Chiaria's famous points calculator in Saddam's gym bag, believed to be the same device used to determine how many points United were off Arsenal earlier this season. And in related news, United analyst Nayim, another prime suspect in the case, was seen leaving a salon appointment minutes before kickoff. While his hair was described as sharp and immaculate, his team were left completely frazzled. A video recovered from his Instagram stories showed him declaring, and I quote, "I hope you guys got your sunscreen on." Perhaps a self-admittance to the crime, after United received more than just a sunburn at Brentford. Investigations, we are told, are still ongoing. Now to South London, where Crystal Palace stunned Liverpool with a 2-1 victory at Selhurst Park. The stadium was unusually foggy from all the steam emanating from Arne Slot's bald head. Our correspondents confirmed that Eric immediately began insisting every Liverpool player is still the best in the world, while still confused as to why Mo Salah never won the Ballon d'Or. When pressed about Arsenal's form, he declined to comment, dismissing it as irrelevant noise. Reporters, however, noted his irritation, pointing out Liverpool's defense was as disjointed as his hairline. Meanwhile, Chiari was once again spotted with his calculator, attempting to prove that Liverpool could still win the league by Christmas. Economists reviewing his equations concluded the math was, and I quote, "delusional at best." And finally, in the northeast, Arsenal secured a well-deserved 2-1 win at St. James's Park.
Lucky.
Analysts described the performance as clinical, composed, and commanding, with the handbrake well and truly off. In addition to that, analysts struggled to understand if the handbrake was ever truly on. Arsenal have scored as many goals, 12, in the Premier League as Liverpool's star-studded front line, which cost over 400 million Great British pounds. Gabriel was a star man with his winning header, redeeming himself for Newcastle's opener. Rival fans and hateful pundits claimed Arsenal have again won only by set pieces. But this Arsenal side laid down a marker with an exciting attacking performance that should have led to a resounding 4 or 5-0 win had it not been for Nick Pope's incredible heroics.
That's his job.
While rivals were left licking their wounds, the Gunners simply marched forward and gave Arsenal fans and neutrals alike a generational hate-watch weekend. That concludes tonight's bulletin. From all of us, and I mean all of us, at 1-2 TV, thank you for watching. And remember, the headlines may change, but Arsenal rise stays consistent. Anyway, thank you very much, guys.
They're not recording.
Welcome to the show. It's live, exactly. They're not recording.
That was.
Why
that
did you have
was,
to be personal with me, by the way? Why are you talking about my voice?
Why are you still talking in that voice?
Bro, it's only one win. No, naongea hivyo.
And 45 kilos.
45 kilo numbers.
Nice, man.
That's decent, bro.
Yeah.
To be
Thanks.
fair, bro.
Thanks.
No.
Thanks.
What do you actually curl?
I think maximum 20.
Oh, so I lied.
It was a good lie, though.
Good lie, yeah. But to be fair, bro, like if you said 45, I would actually believe it. Like no hate.
For real?
Wallah lazim, I would believe it, bro.
Damn.
You've done well.
No hate and no homo, man. You got big
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah, mashallah,
Jeez.
mashallah.
Mashallah.
Wait. How was your cycling weekend, man?
Wewe.
She just called me Eric.
This guy decided to do something new after they lost to Crystal Palace, bro. How was your cycling weekend? or running? What did you do? This guy had to take a moment to get in touch.
Those moments when you tweet something like, "Yo, football is not even that serious."
He's
Yeah.
been tweeting that every
Go
week.
outside and take a walk.
Yeah.
We are suffering by
And the thing is, he didn't go alone. So I know for sure someone called him. He's like, "Listen, I know you're struggling right now. So I think what we should do is get you out of the house."
I've been going like the entire week. Ask Saddam.
Yeah, he's been. The funny thing is, I don't know who's doing this to him, but he keeps reacting to messages instead of replying. He's doing that to me, man. I had to call him out.
Is it
Zuhum
before the
touched
loss
me.
or after the loss?
No, since I'm on the ride bike.
Like
fair
the entire week.
Wow.
All right, fair enough. Nayim, how was your eventful weekend? I see.
Okay, tuambie umeenda blankets. Umegongwa ama hujagongwa?
Sijagongwa.
Could be better.
Usiku buy ticket.
Okay. Listen, you don't have to brag that you know people. Relax.
I know people who know people.
You don't have to.
They can't profile you like that guy of Unz.
Yeah. Who's got banned? Relax.
This guy?
So that guy that was being banned for being annoying. That's crazy.
The guy was doing this
Oh, that guy.
in mixes. You
The
know him?
Unz, what do you call him? The Unz
The Unz
something.
Pasaris.
No, they'll call
Actually,
him-
the Unz Pasaris. Yeah, but yeah, it was a
You
good
really didn't
weekend.
need to
It
do
was a
that.
good weekend. Ilianza vibaya, obviously.
Yako anazanga tu vibaya kila
Weekend
siku.
ilianza
Mkiwa na
2:30
kick-off.
p.m. vibaya. Let's be
Vibaya
honest.
sana. Even I had
2:47.
I just put down my phone after recording that video.
Weekend ilikwishaisha.
Bro, 2:47 ilikuwa sasa switch.
And then you know you
switch
guys
off.
switch for your team like the entire week. You don't play the entire week. And then when you play, the first 15 minutes, you're shit.
And then to make it worse, walikuwa wamevaa socks za yellow.
Who?
Sisi.
See Man United.
Wacha.
We were
Yellow
looking
shorts,
like
bro. What
Yellow
was that
shorts
about?
and yellow socks, bro.
Why? Because
That
Brentford wear white. Wear white shorts.
No, it's an away kit.
Yeah.
Sorry, the third kit, right?
That kid.
So they were trying to just show off the whole kit so that people can buy.
So
Make
like,
money.
let's talk about the game now that you guys have mentioned it. What did
Who,
you guys
United?
make? Yeah, like what did you guys make of the starting lineups? The goals that you guys conceded.
I think that starting lineup was unethical, first of all.
Unethical.
Unethical. Because he had Harry Maguire and De Ligt and Luke Shaw, who are not our fastest defenders, playing a high line against a counter-attacking Brentford team. That is criminal behavior.
I thought you guys were resting players for the Champions League this week.
Nice
Shut
joke,
the hell up,
Eric.
man.
Nice joke, Eric.
That's so
That's so
so
bad.
funny.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, man. You should be
Shout
on,
out.
you should
Just
be
a
on
moment of
podcast.
silence. Moment of silence for that joke.
Hata hapo nyumbani. Pale muko.
Hata producer umenyamaza. My God, I've lost it.
But yeah, so it was a shambles, and then I even think the selection of Ugarte and Bruno as the middle two, that definitely was not working. It's just the same story all over again. Mi nimechoka kusema ukweli, and not just because of blankets.
It's a blankets
Yeah,
wine joke.
Amarim out.
Amarim out.
Yeah, chukue vitu zake.
That's not how we're gonna talk about the game, bro. Like we're not gonna give definitive statements. Let's
talk about
it, bro.
that
Because
that goal. Keep it
'cause,
because
like,
that goal.
yeah, the third goal, the second goal as well. Diogo Dallo, you guys, waxed lyrical about him last season when he was actually having a decent season.
Huh?
Last season.
Last
No, not
season,
last
yes.
season. The
Huh?
season before, rather.
For United standards.
Sorry, no, the season before, not last season.
Yeah, that was.
A lot of the same squad was, they were actually they had good form compared to what we're seeing now. And then, for example, the second goal, Diogo Dallo is tracking back. but then immediately changes like his decision making.
Trajectory.
Yeah, he starts running towards the center of the box, not marking anyone, and then the late run from Igor, he doesn't even check his shoulders for that, and then eventually that's where the goal comes from. Harry Maguire, yeah, like you said, being played out of position. He's not someone you want trying to play a high line. Like he saw Gabriel do it against Garnacho, thought he could do it himself. Nah, not that quality, mate. And then, the guy, to be fair, like Igor's goal, banger, right?
Banger,
like
bro.
holy shit.
I don't think he finishes that 5 times out of 10, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But like, it was just one of them ones where like he didn't even need to do that. Yeah, he had more time to go around the keeper or a simple finish. He slapped it. And then going forward, I don't know. Was there much to talk about?
Nothing.
Bruno penalty.
No, forget the penalty. Before we get to the penalty, was there much to talk about? Like in terms of like your created chances?
There was like a little bit of disjointment between like Cunha and his decision making in terms of like, but then again also I don't blame him because there wasn't, our outlet is Dalo and Dogu, so it gets to a point whereby we're looking for a goal. You don't automatically think, oh yeah, Dogu is a solution to like either score the goal or get that last ball to cross in, get a goal. So like the whole system is
It's fucked.
it's fucked.
It's interesting that we're talking about the system right now because Chiari has just shared something on the group from his and Eric's reliable source, Indicala News, lied about Hosam Awar the whole summer of 2021. But anyway,
Move on, man. It's 4 years.
Indicala News says exclusive formation request and sacking soon. According to sources at Man United, Ruben Amarim was called in by the bosses at for urgent meeting. The manager has been asked to change the formation to 4-3-3. Ruben Amarim was left speechless and with the formation request. Certain United officials believe the manager is to get sacked now, when and not if at this stage. It's a matter of when and not if at this stage. I find that difficult to believe. I think if they're going to sack him, they're going to sack him.
After Sunderland.
Yeah, maybe like because
During the international break,
which is great. No, actually, it's going to be the October international break. He came in November, but I was talking to a frustrated United fan over the weekend.
Even he's frustrated.
But I didn't talk to him that much because I knew we'd debrief on tonight. And this guy is delusionally Amarim in, okay? Like maintains the same position that they need a change of players because these are all individual mistakes and so on and so forth. I find that difficult to accept because, first of all, let's make one thing clear. These are all international players. They're not shit players, individually speaking. Not all of them, at least. Diogo Dalot, despite the loss of form, for example, still gets selected for Portugal. Harry Maguire still
he's
gets
competing with
selected.
Semedo in Portugal.
Yeah, he still gets selected for England.
Who?
Harry Maguire. So look at the players when they go
He wasn't
away.
called last time.
Maybe, but he still got selected quite a number of times. The point is that they're international level players. International level players are good players by any measure, right? No matter what measure you're looking at. Now, is the system exposing these decent/good players? Yes. For me, yes, it is. And then that doesn't help him, like Amarim, get the results that he needs. That's obvious. But he continues to try to teach experienced players new things or things that they're not used to, things that are outside their skill set or profile, player profile. And then he gets frustrated when they're not done in the right way, right? We talk about the midfield gaps, right? Well, of course there's going to be a midfield gap when Bruno doesn't necessarily have an engine to be going up and down. Ugarte, who is a defensive midfielder, doesn't necessarily have that engine.
Bro, there's
right?
no one in this planet who has that engine to cover that massive hole in the midfield that always occurs.
There you go.
We play in a donut shape. We surpass the midfield in build-up. That's why we never have any control of the matches. And it's crazy that we've moved from Ten Hag, who was the beginning of this hole in the middle, And we thought when Amarim comes that would be he would solve that issue. And I think he did in some parts last season, and that's why we saw performances from Casemiro going up, because he had less distances to cover and less effort to put in for his old legs, you know. But to move from how we were playing in preseason, because we were pressing in a 4-4-2 shape in preseason, and even against Bournemouth, I know it's just preseason, but even against Bournemouth, when you have the coach coming out after the game and saying Manchester United have a really good team, this is Iraola, and he's obviously saying it because he's seen aspects in this team that are very good. So when we're now discussing game week 6, and we're still discussing the same issues that we had with Ten Hag, and clearly Amarim knows what the solution is, because we've seen it been played in the preseason in 2 matches against Bournemouth and against, I think, West Ham during that Premier League preseason league, whatever, the small league.
The postseason.
Yeah, postseason one.
Preseason
one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And he's still being adamant in how he's approaching games, and we're ending a game where we're losing with Mason Mount at left wing back, and he did the same thing against Grimsby, where you have players playing out of position. So the fucked up thing for me personally with Ruben Amarim is he's clearly able, like tactically, to see the problems, but he's just being very, very arrogant with nothing to lean on. You can be arrogant if you have a 53% win rate like Ten Hag had in his first season. Remember when Ten Hag first came, he had a 53% win rate, which was one of the highest of the managers since Alex Ferguson. Then you have another guy who wants to stick to his principles, and we've not had back-to-back wins in the league. And this is Manchester United we're talking about.
We're looking at stats like...
It's just like...
Today I saw Wayne Rooney. I saw a clip of Wayne Rooney where he said that a couple of men in your team don't really deserve to play for this club.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what you guys make of that.
But in addition, he also said, just to context, he also said like, not just deserve to play for United, but also he doubts they have the right mentality to play for Man United.
For this club.
Right? And that's something we can agree on, that this is a period of transition. So there's going to be players that need to go, right? But you're about to say something. I just wanted to...
Yeah, I want to add to what Nayim was saying, and I also want to disagree with the fact that we're in transition. If you've hired a teacher to teach a class, right, and everyone's getting an E, you okay, fine, maybe there's a problem somewhere, trying to figure out. But if no one is improving in the class, the problem is the teacher. For the last since Amarim came, which player stands out at United? No one.
I can only say centre backs, and in the centre backs, it's a caveat.
Which centre back stands out?
Like Lenioro has improved, De Ligt has improved, but it's a caveated statement because you're playing 3 centre backs, so we don't know how good they are if they're in a 2-man situation.
I don't think there's any. Oh no, I
They're
don't think
always
there's any
in a
improvement.
5.
I don't personally think there's no improvement. Euro was out for almost
7
the whole leg, so we don't know if this is his standard or this is below
level,
him. So we don't know.
Yeah.
And he was decent when he played for Lille.
We've seen De Ligt play better than he is.
Of course.
So,
but De Ligt has been awesome this season.
No, but see the thing, I'm trying to in context with the actual player.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Yeah. No one has improved individually as a football player at Man United, right? And we've in the same period, we've had so many coaches. Brentford have a new coach.
Moyes went back to Everton.
So the idea that a manager should succeed with his type of players, I think that's...
Into the mic,
yeah.
please.
I think the idea that the manager should succeed with his type of players, I think that's the wrong approach. This is the thing, right? Brentford, they've lost a manager, they've lost Mbeumo, they've lost Wissa, they've lost Nogard. They beat us 3-1, right? So this new manager... What's different?
A set piece coach, by the way.
He was a former set piece. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's different? So many. I can list so many examples, right? And since Ferguson left Man United, we've hired less. Madrid have hired more managers.
Yeah,
Barcelona have hired more managers, and they've won stuff. Barcelona fired Xavi, who won the league, because things are not going well. We wait for things to get too far down for us to make a change. There's no shame in sacking a manager. AC Milan, for example, right? We fired 3 managers in the last 2 years. We're now top of the table. We beat Napoli Jana. You know what I mean? So the idea that sacking a manager is like a taboo, or we have to go back again, that's bullshit. There's nothing like when you fire a manager, you have to start from square one.
And
we have world-class players.
That's
You
what I
have
wanted
what?
to add on.
We have great, so
No,
much.
Rafael Leao is a world-class player.
Eric,
Oh, it's Milan.
AC Milan.
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Eric, just drop the bias for a second. Even if you
I've not been-
It
I've
might
not
be
been
to give him
biased
5
today.
minutes to do
just
that.
drop the
Okay.
bias for a
I've
second.
not been biased so far
No, no,
until
I'm just
Liverpool Arsenal.
I haven't spoken.
He needs to meditate.
Because he hasn't spoken.
He needs to
No, I've said
meditate
that
before
thing.
he...
Okay.
And I'm not
Do you
even-
want to take like 5 minutes?
6.
Maybe 8 minutes, Eric.
9.
Carry
But
on.
if you look at this squad, right? Because I've seen some people online saying that it's also the players, right?
You're legend. Wayne Rooney.
Leave that Wayne Rooney podcast. But in general, in terms of the Manchester United malaise as it is right now, people are trying to say it's okay, Amarim and also the players. But I feel that this squad has been giving a lot of effort in terms of trying to make what Amarim is telling them to work. You can't say that they have not shown up fitter than they've ever been before. And you cannot say that this is the same batch of players that Eric Ten Hag was dealing with. This is a whole new squad. This is a whole new look. This is a whole new team with a lot of young players with great potential.
You know, placement.
So, let me just finish. So, when we have this situation where Manchester United has now moved away from buying players for a specific manager, and you're just buying players for a team, right? You're not buying players based on what the manager wants for his system. You're buying players that can play in multiple systems. You just need to find the right one. And I saw an interview Oliver Glasner was giving about his 3-4-3, and he was saying his favorite position formation is 4-4-2. But in Crystal Palace, when he came, he found the players are more suited to a 3-4-3. When he there's a club he promoted before he joined Crystal Palace, and he was saying with that team he was playing 4-2-3-1 because that's what the players required. And when you have a manager as young as Amarim, as new age as Amarim, but he's still stuck to that mantra of system over players, which is an old way of thinking. And then you have Ineos, who are also moving away from buying specific players for specific managers and specific systems and just buying generally good players. There's going to be a disconnect, and this is the result.
So I just want to add to that. There is the whole it's like a Pandora's box once we get into like player profiles and continuity and whatnot, like not just buying for a particular manager but also buying for the club long term. But just reel it back a little bit, we have a very good example in Antonio Conte with Chelsea, right? He won the league with Chelsea after Arsenal beat them 2-0 or 3-0 at the Emirates after a bad run of results at the start of the season. He changed it up to his 3-4-3. And yes, that might be his system, right? But it suited the players that were there. It suited Diego Costa. It suited Victor Moses. It suited those kind of guys, right? And they won things. They won a Premier League title. Like, that's what can happen if you adapt, if you change tactics, if you just take a look at what's not working and not, double down on failure. Like, that's what's happening right now. Because if you look at the stats that we have on hand, like literally on hand in my phone right now, are ridiculous, guys. We're talking about Amarim, for example, has now 32 points from 33 games. 33 times 3 is 99 points.
That's less than 1 point a game.
It was like 0.78 again.
Before the
Like-
bad team.
Like
a really bad team.
even Potter. What's worse, West Ham United or Man United? Like, even Potter had more points since he was appointed by West Ham, and he's already been sacked.
He had a higher success.
Let me
rate.
ask you guys.
Hold on. Let me just give you a bit more context. So,
He had a higher
Amarim
success
has
rate.
9 wins in 33 games. That's a worse record than Ragnick, who's not even like an actual coach. He's like a technical director, sporting director. used to be a
A
coach,
surgeon.
you know, like
And
it's.
that team was significantly worse than this one.
Which one?
The
Whatever
Ragnick
I'd
team.
say
Ragnick
so.
got.
I'd say this
The
team has more
Ragnick team.
potential. I'd say this team had more
The
potential.
Ragnick
than
team
ours.
But Ragnick came after
was even
Ole's
worse.
team. Ole's team finished
Goza,
second,
Goza,
man.
Goza. The Ragnick team was even worse because the players already knew this guy is only here for 6 months. So even for them, they're not going to put effort.
Ragnick's team was not worse than this because
I'm
then
telling
Martial,
you.
Rashford had one of the
Nah.
best seasons.
Okay, no. See,
numbers
okay, look at
wise.
it this way again, right?
And that team
Eric,
with Ole was number 2, was also in the Europa League
Okay.
and Champions League.
look at
You're
it this
getting
way.
worse by the season, according to my opinion.
Check it. We've signed Mbuemo who had 20 goals.
Cunha.
When you look at Mbuemo for the last 5 games,
No,
do you see a player who can score
He's starving. He is starving.
exactly? He looks completely different.
Cunha. Like I know he's coming back from his injury, right?
I'm thinking Mbuemo.
I'm saying even Cunha.
I want to
right?
ask this United guys a
Like-
question.
You know when you see, in the movies, you see a bright future. And it's all colors and whatnot. You know, rainbow over the hills, and then you have Cunha there. Now at United, he looks dark gray, like gray. It's rainy. It's
Yeah.
sad. Like people, the body language is just.
He looks frustrated.
The body language is depressing. That's what it is.
The
So,
players
Nayim-
are not being platformed properly.
That's
We're
what-
having
that's a
Cunha
very good
receiving the ball with his back to goal. Usually in Brentford or wherever he's been
Wolves.
successful.
Wolves, yeah.
So why do you
Not
think?
Cunha, I mean Boemo.
Boemo, yeah.
Why do you think Ruben Chanag? It's called
Ruben Tenag.
Ruben Nayim.
Ruben Nayim. Why do you think he's so adamant into changing the system? Like every single time, even when you listen to other podcasts or you read every now and then, even in the press conference, I think Amarim said he's not going to change the system. Why do you think he insists
Let
on
me
that?
answer that. Because he's had success in that system. One, he's a very young manager. So it's like when you're 16 and you just found a way of sliding into DMs and it's worked, right? You keep doing that because that's the only way you know. Until one
Very good point.
until at,
I love
until
that
one
analogy.
point until one point until at one point it doesn't work anymore. But then what does a 17-year-old do?
Gets
He changes.
frustrated by his hormones and then changes eventually.
But the thing is, he knows he has a way of working. He has a system, right, that has worked in, to be fair, a far much weaker league. So that's all he knows.
You made Gyökeres.
We've seen Gyökeres.
Stop it. Let him finish.
Let me not. That was a nice assist. But let me not score that.
Gyökeres,
Let me not score that.
Go on.
Zoom. Someone told me Gyökeres made Amorim.
It is actually. It is.
Honestly,
Carry
speaking,
on. Don't get
Okay.
derailed.
So the thing is, he's to answer your question, yes, it has worked, right? But he's too young for him to figure out. He doesn't know Hana Njengine.
But-
Doesn't have any other way of doing anything.
When they were negotiating the contracts, I'm sure he brought up that point that I'm going to play this system, and they agreed with that because I remember Chelsea spoke to him, West Ham spoke to him,
Liverpool
Liverpool spoke to him.
Eric spoke to him. Eric Njiru and
Eric
Kiari,
Chanago also spoke
my
to him.
manager kind of thing.
So, don't you think these United owners, like Ratcliffe, when they hired him, he made it clear to them, this is how I'm going to play, and I'm going to stick to this?
I don't
Because he
blame.
comes out to the
No,
press
no, no,
conference.
no, that's
He
a
comes out to
good-
the press conference to say
No,
it.
listen, Eric. Just we need to keep things moving. So I'll just answer it, Saddam, if you don't mind. So, thing is, like he will say, "I will have this system," right? And when they hear that, and his expectation and their expectation is that the system will work. This is how we're going to be playing in this system. So they assume that this is going to work. He hasn't shown enough pragmatism. Other managers have, and if he doesn't, he's going to die by the sword that he carries. You get what I mean? Like that's simple as.
Also, wait.
I have one
just
final question, though, for United
to
fans.
add to that. before
we
he
need to
finishes.
move on.
No,
man.
we're not
Sorry.
going to Arsenal now. Give us like 2 minutes, please.
No, we're moving to Liverpool.
45 seconds.
Okay, to add to your.
Why are you touching my
Also,
Wallah, you are gay.
Somalis and Arabs do that. a lot, right?
it's-
Oh, they do that?
They do that. Like no, let me finish. And then they just.
Okay, I didn't know that.
damn. Also,
Wataka gusenini.
Nothing.
Okay.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Because Akuna,
Oh, that escalated quickly, bro.
I mean, I was gonna go for the hair, but there's nothing there.
From DMs.
Oh,
That's what he meant by nothing.
You don't talk about the hair. But you look like
Anyway,
a pirate.
carry on.
today.
Hey,
Okay,
hey.
Wallah, you look like a pirate
Back,
with this
back,
t-shirt.
back. Focus.
Is it a navy? Oh, okay.
Point
Focus.
is, like, I don't blame them. The owners, I don't blame them because you hired a manager who believes in the system. Alsema, this is what I want to do. This is what they. It was more of belief in the manager than whatever he was saying system wise because you hire someone and you want them to do the things their way, right?
Mm.
It's the belief in this person to make things work. If this person who convinced you that he's the right person cannot do anything, you can't blame yourself because you wanted someone and he convinced you. That's it.
So now next
Fair
now, who,
No.
when you're going to hire the next manager now, you're not going to look to the future. You're going to look at surviving now
Manager again.
in the next couple of
Bro,
months. Because
I-
your
what's
results,
funny?
No,
your points per game right now is about surviving.
I don't get why Nayim is frustrated. Like, if you get a new manager, surely the management gets a manager who will work with what he has.
Do you know why I'm frustrated?
Ah.
Because we're being linked to Southgate again already.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm being frustrated.
All right. Well, it's time to read the comments because we haven't read them in a while. Fidel Otieno says, "Let us be fair. Ineos are slow to make big decisions. Another year speaking on managers on the pitch. It's more than just the formation as well. Bozo genes all over the pitch." And I think that's actually a good point. They were slow. They made the wrong decision because they had the opportunity to sack
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag after the FA Cup win, but then whatever reason they
That
did,
was the
they
other
didn't.
season, or even last season.
That's what I'm saying. Like they had the opportunity to
We
sack him.
can't,
And then
we can't really be going back there to that point.
Listen, the point I'm making is if they hired if they were going to hire Amarim or someone else with a full summer, they would have it would have been a much better foundation than what he came into. He came into chaos, and now he's continuing. That
He came
chaos.
into chaos and then he got a full summer.
No,
Last
but
summer.
Still, it's not really a full summer. They still have things to. Yeah, let me
That's
just.
a
let me
whole
just carry on.
preseason in the US.
We're not discussing every comment, Eric. That's not how reading comments work.
Damn.
Yeah,
What's the sense of reading them? if you
Listen,
can't discuss them.
man like Shaw has been there for ages. The club needs deep cleansing from the roots to the treetop. Saddam and Nayim, how long will this club keep firing managers and nothing changes?
Until we get successful again.
Ian Bosira says, we just have shit players. How can the players be shit for 3 managers consecutive? Systems tatu na bado hawaelewi hata moja. United says, who's Kiani?
Yeah, damn.
Kerini the Great says, is Bayinder Onana's upgrade?
Bayanana.
James Wanyuki says Javi or Southgate or Glasner. Who are you guys choosing?
None.
Why would Glasner downgrade?
Glasner.
I don't want to play now.
Why would he downgrade from the Euro? Are they in the Europa
but see, the
League?
thing
You
is,
just said he played a
Conference League.
4-2-3-1
No,
on that team,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now
yeah. So I don't know if Glasner would leave the project at Crystal Palace. Cause
You know,
it's
there's
a
nothing
very
there.
good-
There's nothing
Bro,
there.
did you see what they did to this man,
No,
Jana?
there's nothing
come on,
there.
Saddam.
They'll-
You wouldn't.
That
They
guy
would
wanted
leave
to resign
instantly.
because of losing.
Naim, he wouldn't leave the project at Crystal Palace for
No,
the project that.
Naim has a point.
Bro,
That guy
are
wanted
you
to resign
seeing-
because of Mark Gay. You
Are
remember?
you seeing what's happening at United? Like everything is just like so poisonous. Like
Even
I think-
Iraola would never leave
I'm sorry.
Bournemouth.
No, you
That's
guys,
the
you guys
thing.
don't
We
know.
were-
You
we
do
were
not
discussing-
underestimate Man United. Bro, if we want Arteta today,
Try.
if we
Try.
relax. You know that meme when someone is holding a burger and nguvu hivi? Bro, relax. We don't want it.
Yeah, try. Because we didn't get Barcelona and Real Madrid sniffing
I'm talking
around.
about Man United.
Barcelona and Real Madrid, please, bro.
I'm talking about Man United.
Forget United.
If we want anyone today,
You're not getting guys like
So,
Arteta.
you know, I'm hearing transfers.
you're not getting
why
someone
why are you
like.
replying to that point?
You're not pulling out. Fuck. You're saying Arteta. Try and get
Good, you've succeeded.
this guy.
You know,
No. Bayern Munich, former Burnley manager. Company. If you tried and get him, he still wouldn't come. He'd rather play Freiburg and Hamburg.
But
or
there are no more legends now from your class of 92 to come and steady the ship.
Gary Neville, bro, give him a chance.
I take Solskjaer.
You can
'Cause
never,
at this
you can never
moment for
downgrade
me-
from Sky Sports.
no,
I'll take
saying
Oli, I'll take Oli,
that we cannot get Glasner is crazy. We
The
will
only-
get him instantly in a heartbeat, bro.
I swear I would not
In a
get him.
heart-
Did you see how he was crying because
Anyway.
his star centre back was leaving?
It doesn't.
You
bro,
know-
see,
you know-
like,
you know-
No, it wasn't just that. It was also like
He
the
was
other
about to,
managers.
like-
Sorry, the other players that they didn't sign. Woo. The other players that they didn't sign. Anyway,
I think one manager would abandon his system right now or his project right now is David Moyes to come back to United. Because we're talking about relegation survival right now.
No,
This
no,
situation.
it's game
bro,
week
we are
6,
two. We are
man.
we're 2 points behind you, right? I'm
so
Game
so
week
why
6,
would you say
bro,
David
relax.
Moyes, bro? Let's fucking route one, Sean Dyche, man. The
Dyche.
you know, yeah, Sean Dyche, whatever you.
Nah,
say
those
his
players
name
are
is.
too lazy for
Like-
Sean Dyche.
Like
Dyche.
no more woke shit, man. Like it's we go for it.
If we get a manager next weekend and we get it right, we could actually win the league.
Technically,
Sean
Saddam.
Dyche should come with advance.
Saddam, did you do the calculations on that calculator?
Yeah.
Because technically, you're only 6 points behind Arsenal,
Technical.
Only 6 points, bro. Wallah, that's ridiculous.
and they still have
And
to
you
play.
have to come to Old Trafford.
We already did that.
Ah, fuck.
But these guys, they gain 1 point per 3 months.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if they have a new manager, they might go to 1.5. So
Saddam is to close. Who do you want? As the
No,
manager?
Glasner.
Glasner.
I'm on my knees.
I think I'll take Iraola, man.
Nuno is gone.
you guys are really saying some pause shit.
Who was
man.
sacked
You're
this
not saying
weekend?
pause, you're taking
Someone was
it all
sacked
like
this
that.
weekend.
See, the West Ham manager was sacked.
Graham Potter.
Yeah, they just let him do the press conference
let me ask
so
you
he
this.
could be asked questions about that face swap thing.
And then they sacked
they
him before the
sacked
game.
Yo,
Oh my
let me ask you this. Nayim, you're taking Iraola.
I'm taking Iraola or Glasner.
What if he comes with Semenyo?
Of course.
You're not going to say pause at all?
In fact, we're
No
gonna
pause.
be signing. We're signing
So-
Semenyo next season.
All right,
in the
so-
summer.
We're liberal,
And
yeah.
Senesi. He's called
Fine.
Senesi.
No, just so.
All right, let's move on. Keep the comments coming through. Don't forget to drop the like. We can see we're over 70 so far in the stream.